Welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome to the show, y'all. It's the Greg Davis Show. We gon' talk the talk, so get ready. We came to push the call, educating. So just lock that down and keep it steady. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Everything's alright. We're gonna help you get your life. It's the Greg Davis Show.
Welcome to the Greg Davis Show, and it is a great day to be alive. I'm starting to show off a little different, even though you see Lola George on the shot. She's really not co-hosting today. She is a guest on the show, along with two other lovely young ladies. I am so excited to moderate the Single Ladies panel. Yes, single ladies who are career-oriented, in ministry, in business, coaching, work for the city, do TV, do radio. We have so much up here today. And matter of fact, mama, call your son, tell him to turn it on, because we got some single ladies that's available in the house. I got to find out if they single or single. Single means they got somebody, but they ain't married. Single means that they are open. So we're going to find out if you like them in different shades and all that. This is going to be the dating game. And their information is on there. And just flood their inboxes, direct messages, and just saying, I saw you on the Greg Davis Show. No, seriously. Welcome to the Greg Davis Show. I have, she holds a PhD. She holds a master's in public health, master's in administration, and bachelor's of business administration. And she is a member of the church that we attend, me and Lola. Her name is, we call her Dr. Joy. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The next one you've heard on our radio show. She has co-hosted the Greg Davis Show, and she's also been on this show before. And she is a daughter of mine in ministry for some years now, about 20 years or so now. And she's a pastor in the Lord's Church, and she's here with us today. Welcome, Pastor Dana Berry. Welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, she is the co-host of the Greg Davis Radio Show. You loving this, huh? And television show. And she works for the city of Detroit. She's a high muckety muck at the city. She also is on the commission for the city, for the Entertainment Commission. She's a commissioner for entertainment in the city of Detroit. Miss Lola George, welcome to the Greg Davis Show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, good to have you. You want to say something now, Prosperity?
Lord, if you will, please send that.
Now you feel like you're a real part of the show. And so I'm going to talk to the ladies and ask them. The first question I want them to do is go around. Each one of them, we're going to start with Dr. Joy, and just kind of tell a little bit about yourself.
So you already alluded to the fact that I have a PhD in public health. I am a college professor full-time. I teach for a couple of universities. Two are actually in the United States and one is in London. So I teach for the online division, and then I actually just started Confidence Academy, which is a company where I will provide speaking. I will do speaking engagements, workshops, seminars for women and teen girls. So that's essentially what I do.
I failed to say all of them are Christian women and love God. Do you love God? What's wrong with you? I love God, but go ahead.
I am, one of the first things that I have to say is that I'm a mother of 5 wonderful children. I am a pastor, as you already said, and I am an office manager at a school where we tend to over 700 students every day, and making sure that they're okay as it relates to their education and academic success. I am the founder of Victorious Living Church, and I am the founder of Dana Berry Ministries, where I don't just cater to women, but God has called me to minister to the masses of people. So that's just a little bit about me.
All right.
Well, I'm Lola George.
In 10 minutes, that's all we have in this segment.
I'm the co-host to the Greg Davis radio show and television show. Outside of that, I am the co-chair of the Detroit Entertainment Commission. Outside of that, I am the special projects lead and training coordinator for the entire city of Detroit, responsible for, right now the city is going through a major reorg and restructure, and I am responsible for police, fire, the library, DDOT, just that. Pretty much the entire city of Detroit, making sure some of the major initiatives are rolled out, carrying out the duties and the wishes of our great mayor for the city of Detroit. I am an event host. I'm an event coordinator. I am a woman with many, many hats, but most importantly and most of all, I'm someone who loves God and not afraid to share that and show that in every aspect and area of my life. I'm the daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, but I'm not a mother. I am single. I'm joking. But no, I'm the resident clown.
She's taking it serious.
I'm the resident clown here, but I love God and I love to have a good time. That's
okay.
In a nutshell.
Single?
Yes.
Single?
Yes.
Really single? Single and available?
Yes.
Both?
It depends on who's asking.
Well,
this is going to be fun.
good answer.
This is going to be fun.
Quick on your feet.
All right, you want to play? Let's play. And you're single. You're single.
Yes. I'm very much single.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. Why are you single, Lola George?
I am single.
And let me say, you're divorced. You've been through a marriage.
Yeah, I've been
you're
married
divorced.
and
Yes.
divorced.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay.
I would say right now, at this point in my life, I am single because I think my schedule has a lot to do with it. I think people misconceive who I am. I think they get caught up in the life of Lola and all that we do. And, you're a witness to it, that some people are intimidated at who they think that I am. Monday through Friday, my day starts. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My day won't end to 10 o'clock at night, so it doesn't really leave a lot of room for anything throughout the day because of all that we do. On the weekends, I'm churching or we're doing something, so my schedule is kind of taxing, so I need someone that understands my mission and vision. Like I said in my introduction, I work for the city. I'm the co-chair of the Entertainment Commission. When I'm not doing city or commission stuff, we're doing the Greg Davis vision, and I'm on a mission. I'm focused. I have a relentless pursuit to the finish line, and I'm not willing to settle my dreams for the sake of sitting down just so I could necessarily be in love. Now, am I open to love? Absolutely. Am I looking for love? I'm open to it, but that's not like my focus. If it comes, I'm happy about it. But I'm not like, where is he? Is he under, when it says he that findeth. So once he finds me, then, he'll shift and change my atmosphere.
Joy, why are you single?
I would say, honestly, I finished my PhD in 2013, and then after that, it was more career. The same, pretty much what Lola alluded to is pretty much my career. I have had a lot of men who have expressed interest, but ultimately, I feel like if you can't help me fulfill my purpose, then there's no need of us going past hello.
What does that look like for you when you say that?
Helping me fulfill my purpose. I would say, first of all, they have to be purpose driven also. And I see a lot of people who they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what their purpose is. Some of them, they don't know themselves, honestly. So how can you help me fulfill my purpose? I know that one of the things that God is calling me to do is to help again, teen girls as well as women, as it pertains to confidence, as it pertains to confidence in terms of, I have a book coming out, I have, the workshops that I'm doing, speaking engagements, and that's the other things that he has to be willing to share me with other people.
Why are you single?
Probably the same reasons, very busy. Once I come out of a divorce, I tried to find who I was and what I loved and my ambitions and some things that I probably put on the back burner. I went back to school, got my degree in business management, spent some time with my children.
Because you married at how old? I know the question.
I married at 19.
Right.
And so to get to know me and who I was, I took that time out. And so now I know who I am, what I want to do, have businesses that are inside of me that are being birthed out, and so things of that nature. If you come, you need to come correct, and you need to come ready to assist in what God has done or doing inside of me.
Outside of your kids, because I know we answered this question I'm about to ask, with that first. Outside of your kids, do you regret getting married at 19?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
Absolutely, because I did not know the totality of who I was, or hadn't really tapped into who I was. I started preaching when I was 17, got married when I was 19, and when I got married, our daughter was 1. So
watch this. Had you listened to who, you wouldn't have did what?
if I had listened to my mother and listened to my father who sits before me on
right.
things, you're my spiritual father.
I just thought,
Absolutely, and so you live and you learn, because
do.
I look back and I say there are things that I'm now teaching my children that are some things that were imparted into me that I missed, and
Right.
so now I'm telling my children your education is important, knowing who you are is important as you move forward in your life, and so looking at the mistakes that I've made and learning from them so that I can help my children become fruitful in their lives.
And I didn't say that to put you on the spot, but we've talked about it. I think that it's so important that you listen to those that have wisdom. And, I've made bad choices and was told by spiritual leadership, don't do certain things, and I regret them myself. And so we all need to. Let me ask this as a blanket, and whoever wants to answer it. You're busy with 900 things. You're busy with 900 things. You're busy with 900 things. Do y'all have time for a relationship?
Go ahead.
I think we make time for who and what we want to make time for. So if it was
Is that just a cliche? Or
No, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. And
we make time for who and what we want to make time for. I make time to go to the movies. I make time to go get a mani-pedi. I make time to spend time with my family or to travel. So,
just to piggyback on what she's saying, and that's what I was going to say, you make time for the things that you want to do. There was an individual that I had an interest in several months back, and both of our schedules was crazy, so we decided that we would meet 7:30 in the morning before work started, before our day got started, just so we could find some time. And for somebody that hates to get up, I committed to that, because if it's something you want to do, you will figure out a way to make it happen. So we're busy, but busy doesn't have anything to do with what you want to do.
You want to piggyback on that, or they?
Go ahead. They did good.
Okay. So here's the thing: are you busy because there's nobody there? Do you add to your plate, President? You can start. Do you add to your plate because of the lack of somebody being there? Would you be doing as much as you're doing? Not saying that you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing, but would you be doing it as much?
Possibly not. Possibly not if there was someone who could fill some voids, or who would take up some time of the other things that I'm doing. So that's possible. So yeah, I would say yes.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be what? You wouldn't what?
I wouldn't be, and I don't like the term busy. I would say I wouldn't be as productive, because my thing is that now is the time for me to build my CV. Now is the time for me. I can do whatever. I can take on whatever extra things I want to. I can write curriculum for the universities. I can teach extra classes. Now is the time to do it, because I don't have a family. So now I'm literally just building my CV and my resume.
I would say there was a time frame where, when I was in a relationship, my last relationship, good, bad, or ugly, I think I focused so much on that I didn't focus on me. And going through that, there was things that I could have accomplished that I didn't accomplish. So I'm going to answer that in saying, whatever it is I've set out to do, I'm committed to that, and I'm going to do it. And I can't let a relationship stop my goals and visions.
We got much more. This is going to be a two-parter. When we come back, we're going to go deeper into decent dating on The Greg Davis Show. Hey, I'm Greg Davis, and over 3 years ago, I started posting tweets and posts on When the Right One Comes. Well, I tried to stop, but they wouldn't let me stop. So everybody's been asking me to write a book, When the Right One Comes. So I've taken all of my collections of When the Right One Comes, and I'm putting them in one book. You can pre-order the book right now by going to gregdavisshow@gmail.com. That's gregdavisshow@gmail.com. Order now, When the Right One Comes.
How I Did It. Pick up this life-changing book today by Bishop Greg Davis.
Bishop Davis shares his amazing story of dramatic weight loss,
Overcoming Diabetes,
and his new journey to healthy living without surgery, dieting, or medication.
How I Did It. An incredible weight loss story captured in less than 50
It
pages.
tells the bishop's testimony of his lifestyle change after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in April 2010.
In less than 8 months, he lost over 80 pounds and was completely healed of diabetes.
To date, he has lost over 110 pounds and feels phenomenal.
How I Did It by Bishop Davis.
A personal testimony requested by people all over the country.
He did it, and so can you. Order your copy now.
On Amazon.com.
Or send a seed of $25, which includes shipping and handling too.
Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
That's Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
Welcome back to the Greg Davis Show, and we're talking to the single ladies. But before we go there, don't forget to listen and watch the show every day. The TV show, 5 p.m. every day on the Impact Network, and then the radio show in the morning. You can download the Greg Davis app and listen to the radio show, or go to the website and find out what stations that we're on: Atlantic City, Cleveland, and also Phoenix, Arizona. Me and Lola George, who's a guest right now, so she's not talking about that. So we'll give you her information as a guest later on the Greg Davis Show every morning. Then, of course, go to the website, get all of our books, gregdavisshow.com. If you'd like to be on the show, considered, go to gregdavisshow@gmail.com and just send us your bio and information about your book or music or whatever it is. You have a testimony, and we'll review it. We're talking now to Dr. Joy, Pastor Dana Berry, and Lola George, and we're going to give you the information. This is going to be a two-part show, and it's entitled Single Ladies. What does a decent date look like to you, Lola George? It's short. What is a decent date?
A decent date to me is having the opportunity to enjoy someone's company that I have chemistry with, that I have a connection with. Someone that I can enjoy mental stimulation. We can talk for hours on it because, as you know, I'm a talker, so I like to talk. I like to hear, and not trying to be deep, but where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? Because I'm such a visionary and I'm reaching for something. I need somebody that's on that same path, that same journey, because that shows me we may be able to do something together. If you just trying to date me because you think I'm cute and you want to take me out, I have no time for that. So I need someone that has vision, that has mental stimulation, and not bad to look at.
Dr. Joy?
I would say, again, I'm going to do this again, piggybacking off of Lola a little bit. I love communication. I love talking. So it's definitely, I would say, someone who can stimulate my mind. So I do not want to go to the movies in terms of a date just because I can't talk. I need to be able to talk to you and see if you can hold a good conversation. The one thing I will say, and I know I'm getting off track from what you asked, the one thing that I cannot stand, though, on a date is when someone tries to tell me about my education. I know that I have a PhD. I was there. I wrote the dissertation.
What do you mean when they try to tell you?
So pretty much there are instances where a man will say, oh, I forgot you're a doctor. You already know that. Or something like that, trying to... A little bit of sarcasm, that I can't stand, but whatever the case, I just want to have good conversation.
You want to add?
We like to talk, so yes, please, communication, yes.
And that's a big one for all three of you,
Yes.
communication. Okay. So how do you know, and this is for any of you, do you know in the beginning when they open their mouth that this is not going to be good?
Yes.
Yeah, it comes quick.
Yes.
It comes quick.
Yes. And
Okay.
you know that in telephone conversation before you even get to the date. And my favorite line when I realize that it's not going anywhere is, you know what? I'm sorry. I've wasted your time. That's my fault.
So if you ever go out with her and hear that,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I believe that it's just personal belief. It's not a study or anything. that you are most successful when you have a partner. That's just my belief. Do you think you would be more successful than what you are? You all are successful. That's why you're here. That's what I entitle successful single ladies. Single. But do you think you would be more successful than what you are if you had that person to share with and go together? I mean, there's some things that I know Eutropia said men are from whatever, but in some cases we are different, but we balance each other out. There's a thing that women do. They can discern if somebody's not right and tell, hey baby, he's not right, or she after you, right? There's that thing. Women have this intuition. Men have that strong side to calm you down if you emotional, like y'all can be. Y'all can be emotional. They're like, look, baby, it's gonna be all right. You don't have any of that. You don't have that. So, Pastor Dana, we'll start with you.
I say, I agree with you in a lot of ways that we balance each other out, and there are times when a man is that protector because they're supposed to naturally protect, and so there are times when a man will be able to see something that we don't see. We are emotional, and I know for me a lot of times I'm over analytical, and so you're right, to have somebody to balance that out would probably be a good thing. So you're right, I feel that having a partner.
Do you ever say, boy, if I had somebody, then I wouldn't have to make this decision by myself?
I do, because I like being a girl. I feel like let a man be a man. He's supposed to provide.
This is good.
He's supposed to provide. He's supposed to protect. He's supposed to do certain things that I now have been, the word default, I've been defaulted into having to do certain things that I would not necessarily have to if there was that man.
So, Dr. Joy, do you think that maybe you might be a little extra tough because you have to be what she just said because there's not that person to be that? Do you think women have to, not you, but just women in general, have to be a little more, have to be tougher because they don't have that man? You have to, I don't want to use the word prove yourself because you don't have that man, but
I would say yes. Okay. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Thank you for being
I think that even the Bible says how two is better than one. So I definitely think that it would be great to have someone, but here's the thing: is that it has to be the right person, because the wrong
when
person,
the right one comes, go order right now.
Because the wrong person, it can be destructive.
Right.
No, the wrong person, it can be destructive. So I've been in situations where I was with someone and they couldn't see past this small pond that we were in. And for me, it dried up. My career dried up in the city that I was living in, and I had to get out of that city to expand my career, but he was content with staying there. And so that would have been more destructive than anything because he just did not want to move. So for me, I had to leave that situation and go other places.
You want to add to that before we go?
I agree with what the two of them are saying. I think if you have the right person will bring more out of you. So I think that's key, because if you're with someone that's comfortable and complacent with where they are, then they can't see beyond their current situation. You have visionaries up here. You have people that have goals and aspirations, and that's why I say it's important to find someone that's of that like mind and that same mindset, because they could see the potential that you have and help develop and build, because that's what we're here for. We're supposed to be each other's help mate and help meet. So where I'm weak, you build that and help develop that. So I agree, yes, you should, but it has to be the right individual.
Staying right there, because we had about 5 minutes. So being that you have to do, and y'all, they don't know none of these questions. So they like, listen, they're like, so staying right there, when you talk about you have to do those extra things, you don't have that priest, provider, protector, you have to maybe be a little stronger and all those things. I know with me at this point, I'm getting a little set in my ways.
No.
No, seriously. I'm setting, I'm setting my ways. You come to my place and it's sitting there and you move it there. I'm like, I'm getting a little set in my ways, And so, what? It's true.
He's telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth. Because you get so used to being alone. Then when you have somebody, you be like, you're in my space. You're like, you turn my TV back up this way. What? Just those little things. So do you get set in your ways?
I don't think I'm set in my ways right now. Honestly, there are days.
How do you know?
Because there are days when I lay down in my bed and I say, I wish somebody was.
I don't mean you're not set in your ways.
But I'm not set in my ways as it relates to certain things having to be a certain way for me in my comfort that I don't want to share or become uncomfortable, if
but
you will.
But you can think you want to. You can think you want to.
Yes,
listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
Listen, you can think you want to. And then if you're around that person more than 1 or 2 days, you'd be like, I don't
get out of my face.
I think, and this is what I'll say to that.
What? Okay.
Men are alpha by nature, so they like controlling and running things. You have alpha females, but we've been taught to be subservient.
Where y'all
to
get
our
this
men.
new term, alpha? I mean, everybody's saying alpha. Where y'all get these new terms
it's
from?
true. I mean, you're the king of the jungle. You're the lion. You're the head of the household. So let's go biblical.
So now you're calling us Tarzan.
You're the head. And we're the necks. The head can't move or do anything without the neck. But I think I'll speak for myself and they can piggyback.
That's not true, though. No, let me finish that. That's not true.
What?
That statement that you made is not true.
Which one? Tell me which one.
The head can't move without the neck. It is the mind that tells the neck to move.
Yeah, and we're your mind.
No, that's what y'all think.
But what I'm saying is, with the question that you asked, I think that women would be more willing to be compromising in a situation than men would be, because you all have been told.
Don't y'all
since
believe that?
birth,
That's what they say until they say I do.
You all have been told since birth that you're the head and not the tail, that you are above and not beneath. So with that being the case, we would be more willing to be compromising. Now, are we setting our ways in certain areas and aspects of our life? Yes, but then we know when to fight and when not to fight.
We got about 2 minutes in this show. Dr. Joy, setting your ways?
Yes, there are some ways, absolutely, that I'm setting in.
So
absolutely.
He would have to adjust?
No, I would say we both would have to adjust. Mm-hmm. We both would. So I would have to adjust to his, because he's going to be setting some of his ways as well. So I think we both need to adjust in some way.
But would you all be willing to?
Yes, absolutely.
Unanimous.
This one, I know, this is like a real sister to me, for real. This one right here? Really?
Yes. Don't stop shaming me.
Okay. Now,
if you want it to work, absolutely. It's give and take on both sides.
Yeah, but y'all younger than me. See, at this point, touche.
Okay.
Touche. We got about 1 minute. Tell us where we can find you.
So on Instagram and Periscope, I am Dr. Joy, that's DRJOY. And then on Twitter, I am _Dr. Joy, DRJOY.
I am Dana D. Berry on Instagram, Facebook, and Periscope.
And Lola George?
I am Lola George on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and whatever else that's out there. It will be I am Lola George.
And when we come back tomorrow for part 2, Dr. Joy has a book coming out, and we're going to talk about that, just kind of mention it so that you can support it and find out what these ladies are doing so you can support them, download the apps. We got part 2 coming, and when we come back tomorrow, we're going to talk about what are some of the things you encounter from dating that has turned you off. What turns a woman off? Men in dating. It's the Greg Davis Show. Single ladies, all the single ladies, we out.